Notability, the amazing app that can elevate learning and provide meaningful peer feedback. The first thing that we as teachers will have to do is to either create a document in Notability or import one of our already existing documents from Google Drive or any other storage place. We're going to look at how to do both today, but let's try creating one on Notability first, and then we can see an example of an activity that can enhance the value of peer feedback. So the first thing that you will need to do is you're going to need to go to your iPad and find the Notability app like this. So once you're in Notability, the first thing that you'll want to do is to click on the Create a New Note icon. That's up here at the top, and then you'll see this screen. Now you should see a blank note, and the first thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to title it. You'll want to put in whatever title that'll be easiest for you to find. And then you can start using any of these tools up here to create text, to type, like using a pencil, to highlight, which is very cool because there are multiple color options. You can erase anything easily. You can use the scissors to cut and reduce and enlarge and move anything that you want out of the picture. And then the most important feature here, I think, is the microphone, which allows you and peers to speak into a document and create a recording. So when you're done creating the document, all you're going to want to do is make sure that you click on this export button. The export button is going to allow you to put it wherever you want. For me, I wanted to put it into Google Drive, and then I'm going to make sure that I save it as a PDF. So once I choose Google Drive as the location that I want it stored in or sent to, I'm going to see this screen come up, and then I'm going to want to make sure that it's saved as a PDF and that I have the paper and the recording settings set to green, and then I'll be able to push on or send to Google Drive. Now you're going to want to navigate to find your Google Drive on your device. Mine is right here in my dock, and then I'm going to log in and I'm going to find the document on my Google Drive. It should be right there as one of the last modified documents. An important piece here is that once you're in your Google Drive, you're going to have to make sure that you share it with your audience, whether it's your students or whomever. So now we really have to switch into the mindset of how your students are going to access the document. You're going to have them log into their Google account and find it. And basically, they are going to have to locate either if they're in the old drive, their shared with me folder, and if they're in the new drive, it's going to be called incoming. But the important button that they're going to look for there is this little I info button on the side. And then they're going to click on that, and they're going to be able to manipulate it and put it wherever they want in their drive. They're immediately going to see this screen, and then what they're going to want to do is click on the Move To button, because then that's going to allow them to navigate and put it in any folder that you want them to. Another benefit here is that this is going to be allowing students to upload a reflective feedback piece to their e-portfolios, which is crucial for showing growth. The next step is as simple as having your students go back to Notability and just click on the Import button. This Import button will help them pull the document from wherever it is that we saved it. So for us, we saved it to Google Drive. And then basically they're going to simply navigate to find the document on their Google Drive, and it's going to be imported into Notability, and that's going to allow them to do all of the amazing things. An important side note here is to make sure that you have previous students from previous periods log out of Google Drive at the end of every period. Otherwise, that opens up the world of the next students coming in and having access to those other students' drives, and also it's just an extra step for them. Now students simply navigate to find where the document is, and then they click on it, importing it from Google Drive. They click Create New Note, and then they can start playing with it. So here's a simple example of an activity that we can all do in our classes. You have students write a little prompt and then have them switch with a partner. So here is the prompt that was written by someone, and then you'll have that partner go ahead and click on the microphone, and they'll read back the passage out loud. That microphone is going to record their voice in exactly the way that they're reading it back. So you'll ask the partner to read it back without changing the spelling errors, not accounting for no periods or commas, and then hopefully the writer can hear their work being read back objectively. So that if this were my activity, I would read it just like this. I would say, I had a great weekend. I had so much fun. First, I went out for diner and had red beets for the first time, and they were delicious, and ideally had a nice night. Then I went to SO on Saturday, and I did an amazing job. I placed tired in my events. I was happy but exhausted. Then I went skiing with my family and feel of the ski lift. I hurt my eye. Overall, it was an awesome weekend. Hopefully the writer will hear some of the issues and they'll be able to say, wait, no, that's not what I meant, and then they'll go back and make corrections. The other things you can do with some of the tools, you can highlight using multiple different colors to try and show a key of what you're looking for. You can do so much editing with this. It's amazing. In addition to the hope that the writer will be able to hear all of their mistakes and reflect on what needs to be changed, it can also work for an advanced student that maybe won't have those basic grammatical errors, but it will provide some feedback for them to hear if it doesn't flow or read the way that a high-level piece of literature or expository reading should read. That's powerful. Now here's an example of a document that I created earlier in the year for 6th grade ELA. It was created on Google Docs, but it was as simple as just importing it into Notability, and now this gives the student an elevated learning experience. Using those highlighting tools, now I can use different colors to highlight for different reasons. I can also use the text button to type in somewhere if I want to. I can use the pencil button to actually write in somewhere. And then the cool thing is that I can use the scissor tool right here to actually highlight, circle, and then I can make it get bigger or smaller. I can put it in there doing multiple different things, and I can use the microphone button to actually speak into the document to maybe provide extra thoughts. And I think that's the most important thing, is to be able to speak thoughts into the document that we wouldn't otherwise type. Yay! Notability rocks!